This conference will now be recorded.
Just a minute, I'll take a sip of water. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Yesterday we have started a topic called software development life cycle. We started discussing about different phases in the software development process: requirement gathering, analysis, and designing. Any questions from previous class? No? Okay. So implementation point of view, once the requirements are prioritized, refined, this refinement session is conducted by BA and explained to team, and then the requirements are prioritized for the implementation. As I mentioned, current IT world, the product development will be happening, like some for a specific period of time, like take 1 month of time or 2 weeks of time or 4 weeks of time. How many developers and testers are there? How much work they can complete? They estimate the capacity by using some metrics, and then based on their capacity, how much work they can do, that much work will be allocated by BA to the team. So, okay, so what for that 1 month of period or 2 weeks of period, whatever cycle your project is following, how much ever you can develop and test and release, that much work will be given by BA. Okay, remember that is how you work in current IT world. Mostly, most of the projects will be running in agile world we are in now. So most of the projects will be implemented in agile software development model. In that, every cycle will be, it can be a sprint, or now many people are following safe. Safe is a scaled agile process. Okay, scaled agile. So scaled agile point of view, it is kind of product increment. Okay, so this is PI, we call PI concept. The product increment concept is there. So in that, cycles will be defined either 2 sprints are together or 3 sprints together. Sprint is normally most of the people will be following in 2 weeks or 4 weeks. Okay, that's why duration is very less. Maybe because thinking that scaled agile concept came nowadays, most of the companies are slowly transferring from Scrum to scaled agile to implement this agile model. So according to that, there will be some 2 week, 6 weeks of time or 8 weeks of time they will be following for that each cycle. Whatever it may be, whether it can be a sprint or it can be a PI, whatever you are following, how much work can be done by the team in that specific period of time, that much work will be assigned, prioritized and assigned by the BA to the team. Okay, then only developers and testers will start their work. Okay, before assigning the work, developer cannot start, okay, I felt some requirement is defined, it is very easy, let me implement it. It's not possible like that. It should be decided by BA which need to be implemented in this specific period of time. Okay, so now that's the planning meeting for that specific period of time has been done, has been conducted already, and there are some requirements finalized and prioritized by business analyst. Then our team will start their work. What is the developer's work? Developers. So one more thing you need to remember, in agile point of view, developers means including testers. Okay, agile model point of view, developers means including the testers, code programmers and testers both are considered as developers only. But here I'm explaining in generic way, developers means only coders here. Okay. Developers, okay, once the requirements are finalized and prioritized for implementation in a specific period of time, what developer will do? Developers will start analyzing the requirements, and they don't start directly writing the code into the for the implementation, and then directly after completing the implementation only they will show. No. So what normally good practice is, when some complex requirements are being implemented, it is always good to get the opinion of architects or leads. Okay, because they will be whatever thoughts you are getting, whatever way you are following to implement that complex requirement, whether it is suitable for the architecture or not of the application, or it's a proper way of implementing or not, that should be confirmed by architects. Okay, it's not for every case, but at least when you are implementing something as a developer, when you are implementing something new, you should take opinion of architects or leads. So what they do, start analyzing the requirements and come up with uh, a technical solution for implementing each requirement. Okay, technical solution they will come up with. So what they will be doing here by with this ones, what way they capture it, it is actually called as TSD. What is TSD? Technical specification document. They mention here database, what kind of database, what are there any new tables getting created, or any new columns are being added to any existing column according to the design changes, high level, low level design changes. So based on that, whatever is required technically to be done, that will be mentioned here quickly. They are not going to take 1 day, 2 days time for this. Okay, just very quickly they document this one and then share it with leads and architects to review. Then once they confirm the approach, okay, once the technical specification is reviewed and approved, specification to implement, okay, anyhow it is mentioned here, okay, the specification is reviewed and approved by architects. It is, once again I will once again I'm writing here for your information, may not be required activity for every requirement, but mostly done for complex requirements. Okay, so approved and approved by architects. Then what developers will do, developers will start writing the actual code to implement the requirement. Okay, so they start implementing the requirement which is assigned to them. Okay, normally in all other models, maybe lead may tell, even in agile model also, agile model, what it says, you should not, no one should assign the work to developers. Okay, you should, means BA will decide the requirements for that specific cycle, then it's developers responsibility, their accountability to assign any requirement and then start working on it according to the priority defined by the BA. But normally leads will tell, okay, you take this requirement, you take this requirement, you take, like that. They get assigned with one requirement, whichever requirement is assigned, they will analyze, they come up with the TSD, they start, once it is approved, they start developing the, they may do simultaneously. Once one TSD is prepared for one requirement, they will send for review. Meantime, what they will be doing until they get approval, they may analyze another requirement also, which they have to work in next. Once they finish the first requirement, they have to work on next one, right? Whichever is available, for that also they review and prepare this document. Okay, like this they will create technical specification documents for most of the requirements and get it reviewed and approved by the architects, whether the approach what being followed is correct or not. Okay, and then once they start implementing the requirements, what they do, once the development, so before even that, developers will, after writing the code to implement this specific requirement, developers will also write something else. I told, developers will also write unit test scripts along with the code to measure the code quality. Okay, this also they will write. Once the development is completed, developer will check, will perform a round of testing, him or herself, uh, before giving it to the testing, in order to avoid issues, direct issues from the QA team. Okay, if you give without testing to developers something, sorry, without testing to QA if you give, then there will be something straightforward issues, then it will be a problem. Okay, when they raise such questions, such defects, developer will be questioned by their leads and managers. What you developed, what you tested, didn't you test or not? Like that, they will, you need to check for first whatever you are developing is working fine or not, and then once you get confidence, then only you will be giving to QA team. Even before giving to QA team, giving the developed requirements to QA team for validation, developer will have a quick demo with whom? Tell me. Whatever he developed is satisfying the requirement or not, he will show to a person and quickly get his consent. Who? Yes, exactly. Very good. So developer will have a quick demo with BA. Okay, quick demo with BA and show the quick demo on the features, developed feature with BA and get his opinion. Okay, so after implementing, BA may not change requirement. Okay, he should not change the requirement like, oh no, I've mentioned something in requirement wrong, you need to, can you please change it like this. Means requirement cannot be changed, but only if at all he felt something minor corrections like UI. He mentioned this page layout like this instead of this label. He felt at that moment, just layout is enough, no need to have page, like that he felt, can you please remove this word, like that. If it tell, it is a very quick fix for developer, it's a comment, it's not a requirement change. Even this highlighted color is very pale, it's not this dark, it was not visible at all, then that kind of, can you make it little bit darker so that it will be evident to the user, like that he may give comment. And the alignment is little bit, this is little bit bigger, this is little bit smaller, this is again bigger, this is smaller, like that it is not even. Then such comments, okay, can you make sure all the icons are in the same size, it should not be like different sizes, all should be in the same size. Can you make sure follow the UI prototype whatever is given by a UX designer, follow that and keep everything in same size, like that he may give comments. Understand? Even alignments, not only alignments, icon which is used, sometimes UX designer is not given for small requirements, maybe you will not go to, you will just let developer only choose some icons, but whatever icon they chosen is not looking meaningful, you can ask him to change the icon. So these kind of small replacements or small corrections can be given by BA during the demo. And also he will see that feature is working or not, he will show quickly run and show that one complete positive case. It will, if it is working fine, then okay, then yeah, you can go ahead and give to QA for further validation. Okay, but in our program what we are doing, we will do deep testing than QA. Understand? So that is depend on program to program, that is not expected to follow strictly in all the programs, but demo will happen. What level of scenarios they see in this demo, that varies, that is interest of the BA and also varies from program to program. Okay, so we in my current program, whenever we are asked to test thorough testing as a BA, so ask developer to produce all the scenarios. If I feel now, okay, can you show this scenario, if I ask, then they have to show, like that we will be seeing full scenarios, and we will include QA also in that demo. Okay, so that depends on project to project or company to company how they follow, but demos will be definitely happening to the BA. How they do that is different from company to company. Understood? Any questions? No? Okay. So once they are done, then the code will be pushed to testing environment. Once the, okay, I will write later on that point. I will write here only. Once all the comments given by BA are addressed, the latest, that specific latest code will be pushed to QA environment to get the newly developed features validated. Okay, so it is now pushed to QA environment. Then what your testing team is doing according to waterfall model, until you complete all the development, you will be waiting for testing team will not be there at all. First of all, they will hire testing team by when the full product implementation gets over, exactly in another 20 days or another 1 month it is going to over, then they will recruit the testing team in waterfall model. But in agile model, it's not like that. You will be working along with the developers. You will be starting your work simultaneously along with the developers. You cannot start with, like, once the developer push the newly developed features to testing environment, then only I will start my testing. No, this we will do later on. Before reaching this level, what you will be doing, testers also in the latest SDLC approaches, testers will be starting their work. All of you able to hear me? It is showing my network is not good. Is it audible for everyone? Okay. In latest SDLC approaches, according to the latest SDLC approaches, it can be iterative model, it can be agile model, it can be spiral model, it can be V model, anything. Okay, so except waterfall model. According to the latest SDLC approaches, testers will be starting their work along with the development. What they do, testers will start analyzing will perform thorough analysis on all the requirements assigned for that specific cycle period of time. Okay, so now I'm explaining here, there is a concept again, software development lifecycle, how we are seeing. For testing also we have our testing lifecycle. Software development lifecycle is talking about all the roles involved in the project, what are their roles and responsibilities in the development, what in each phase, who is involved, what are they doing. We are discussing about every role. But now there is another one, software testing lifecycle, which talks only about the testing activities. So I'm explaining that in this testing phase, testing lifecycle as well. Please remember that concept as well. So here, this is the first activity what testers are doing. Testers will perform thorough analysis on the all the requirements. This is actually what, according to our testing concepts, what type of testing it is? Different types of testing we saw, right? Why you are analyzing whether requirement is written correctly or not, BA has mentioned all the details or not, and then you are able to understand the requirement correctly or not. You are reviewing that, you are understanding that, and then you will start your work of identifying scenarios, writing test cases. But before that, why are you doing this? So you are also performing, while reading and understanding the requirement, you are also performing a testing on the documents. That is also one of the testing, that is where we discuss static testing. Okay, that is, this is one of the static testing activity. So what you are doing according to the, as per the software testing life cycle, SDLC, this is the first phase of first phase of testing, which is called as requirement analysis. Okay, remember this one. This is the first phase of SDLC. After that, what you do, you will start directly writing the test cases, scenarios and all. Yes, you may start simultaneously, but before that you need to come up with a plan. Okay, these many requirements, some are complex, some are very complex, some are medium. You got to know, with as a team you are analyzing, and then how we will execute them, how much time we may need, what is the setup we required to start for this, and what are the, who will be doing what, how many resources are available, who what are the risks we may face in this cycle. Some testers are on leave, or some requirements are very tough, we don't have enough knowledge on that area. So this kind of, what are the risks you have, all these things you analyze and come up with a, based on the analysis made on the requirements, testing team will come up with a detailed plan on how the testing activities will be executed during in that, for that specific period of time, specific cycle period of time. What is that? It is a test plan document. Planning details will be captured in test plan document. Okay, so assignment for you for tomorrow: what is test plan document, what and all details will be captured in the test plan document. You search in Google, you refer whatever, whichever website you want, or if you want to talk to your friends who are working as testers, get information and document it and send to my mail ID. I hope GoToMeeting people are having my mail ID. I'm texting here. Send to my mail ID what are your findings. So I texted here. Please go through and send it to my mail ID in Word document. What is test plan document introduction, and what are the different sections you capture, what details you capture under each section, some explanation. Okay, I don't want you to prepare test plan document. I'm telling which sections you will be having, what are the details you will be capturing in each section. That is what your assignment. Okay, we'll discuss on that. It's very important document, and we will be getting one or two questions on this. Okay, we will discuss that tomorrow. So planning details will be, all the testing planning details will be captured in the test plan document. Okay, so this test plan document and will be sent to customer for their review and to get the approval. Okay, this is also one of the deliverables. Okay, sometimes this test plan document involves test strategy, testing approach, which is nothing but test strategy as well. But some companies, some projects will have this test strategy as a separate static document, because the way of the different, because different types of testing that you perform in each cycle may not change that regularly. Okay, I hope, how many of you understood this point? Test strategy means what are the different types of testings you are going to perform. Automation testing, manual testing only. What are the testings? Integration testing. If you have some APIs built in your, you are asked to do API testing and regression testing, smoke testing, sanity testing. These are all different types of testing you will be performing, that you will mention there. If you have some ETL testing also, where database some business intelligence people will be generating reports, so that those reports testing, there will be specialists for that. Okay, that testing is being performed, that also you will mention. So what are all different types of testings you are supposed to be performed, that will be mentioned under the testing approach or test strategy. But do you think that will be changing that regularly? Every cycle, every period of time, every cycle period of time, you will be doing mostly same type of testing. Okay, so that's why most of the projects, what they do, instead of having every time mentioning in this test plan document, they will create it as a separate document, which will be not changing that regularly. Then test strategy section will be there in this call, in this document also. What they do, they will give a link in that section, they will give a link to this separate document which is there. That's it, no need to write everything there. But why test plan document needs to be prepared every cycle? Test plan document must be prepared. Give me 1 minute, sorry. Sorry, something went more. Okay, so test plan document must be prepared for every cycle freshly. Okay, before starting any new cycle of implementation. Why? Because requirements will change. What are the requirements? In scope, out of scope? Who are the resources are responsible for doing this? Schedules, what timelines you will follow, that will change. what are the risks you may face in each cycle, that is also may change. Every cycle you will not face same risks, right? So that and all will be changing. That's why you need to prepare test plan document for sure before starting every cycle. There will be a tricky question on this one in interview. Have you prepared, what is test plan? Have you prepared test plan anytime? If you say yes, I prepared, then that is not correct answer. Okay, if you say no, I am not involved in it, I'm not, I haven't prepared, if you say also, that is also not correct. What you need to say, it is not like one person's responsibility. Normally in real time your lead will be doing it without even talking to you people, most of the projects. But real process is lead should gather with all the team members, all the testing team members, analyze requirements, get their opinions, what are the risks they may face, all the details from them, inputs from the team, and then they capture those details and send the document to higher officials. Okay, that's the process. But mostly what happens, your lead will prepare and send it. Okay, but what you need to tell, yes, I am involved in test plan preparation. We all testers together analyze the requirements assigned for a specific cycle and then come up with detailed test plan together. Like that you need to tell. Okay. Okay, so this is about test plan document, test strategy document. Okay, which is nothing, test strategy. Okay, so these are documents. So what is, there is one interview question, what are the different test deliverables? Test deliverables means, as from testing team, what are all documents or what are all artifacts which we prepare and deliver by end of the cycle, all are called test deliverables. It can be your test cases, test scenario, sorry, test data and test environment setup documents, test plan document, test strategy document. And once test execution is done, test execution summary, defect summary reports, and also you will be giving QA sign off document and also release notes. All these are all test deliverables. Okay, we will discuss them one after another. So this phase, according to SDLC, as per SDLC, this phase is called what? Test planning. Okay, this is the next phase, test planning. So what you are doing in this phase, you are coming up with the test plan document and test strategy you are preparing in this test planning phase. Okay, next what you do, so once the planning is done, you will be testers simultaneously, testers will be identifying different test scenarios to be tested for a requirement by analyzing requirement thoroughly. Tester will write detailed test cases. This I have already explained as part of activities. Okay, in the third class or second class. Tester will write detailed test cases for all the identified test scenarios. Also, get the test cases reviewed and approved by the respective stakeholders. I'm not telling every time only BA. It can be only peer tester or lead tester. Sometimes BA. As per the process, it should be BA. Respective stakeholders, mostly BA. Stakeholders, mostly by BA. Okay, stakeholders. This is another thing. And then also tester will be ready with the test data preparation. Test data preparation. Test data also be prepares the test data for the test cases to get to execute once the feature is delivered to QA. Okay, so you are doing what? Test scenario identification, test case writing, test case reviews and approvals, and then test data preparation. All these things together called as what? All these activities will be performed in the phase called test designing. Test designing. It is a very important question. What is test designing? Don't tell it is one of the phase in software develop testing lifecycle. No. So test designing means based on the analysis, testers will identify scenarios, write the test cases for the identified scenarios with detailed steps, get those test cases reviewed and approved, and also prepare the test data. Together, all these activities considered as test designing. Okay, under the SDLC. Any questions still here? Test designing is done. 3 phases we completed: requirement analysis, test planning, test designing. What else? Any questions? Okay, so now once developer completes the implementation of any requirement, the latest code need to be pushed to QA environment. What is this called? Latest code pushing to QA environment means it is a building, giving a new build to the testing environment. Okay, environment, new build. Okay, to testing environment in order to, so that to see the features you need to get the new build. What is this called? This phase is called test environment setup. Also testing team will also set up other software and hardware needs, hardware resources that are required to start testing the developed features. So to start that, now consider you are testing the billing functionality. You need to have printer connected. Okay, you are testing the scanning functionality. You need to have scanner connected. That is a physical device, right? Hardware devices. So in such cases, whatever hardware and software needs are there, all those things you will set up. So this phase is called test environment setup in SDLC. In the SDLC. Okay, so you will set up your environment before starting the test execution. Okay, once the latest build with new features is pushed to testing environment, then what they do, they start with the testing team will start executing the test cases by executing the test cases. What does it mean? Testers will perform, will follow the steps written. This all I have already explained in the testing activities. Again, I'm repeating. If you have any questions, if you are not getting, please stop me. Okay. Testers will follow the steps written in the test cases, perform those actions in the application. Okay, I will write test execution involves, okay, let's see, tester Vaishnavi, do you have any question?
No.
Yeah, some noise from your end. Please mute your mic. Testers, instead of telling test execution, before even this, run the test cases in the tool, any test management tool which your project is following, tool like Jira. Before, I should not tell first Jira, because actually Jira is not a test management tool, but now it is supporting with some add-ons. Some test management is possible with that add-ons. Otherwise, Jira is not a test management tool. Okay, TFS, Jira, ALM, etc. Different tools are there. In that tool, you will be running the test case. Why you need to run? You are the one who write the test cases. Just to see the test case steps, you are running the test case? No. The best practice according to the standards what we discuss, no, quality standards, you need to run the test case and you need to track how much time you are spending on executing the each test case. That's the best practice. That's why you are running the test case. If I write the test case, if I analyze the requirement, I know what I have written in my test cases. I need not to follow the test case steps and all to perform the actions. Okay, but why we are still doing? Because we need to track the execution status. It's not like some people what they do in the project, you know, they don't follow that run the test cases in the beginning itself. They know what they have written. They completely test the requirement in application. If all are working, then they come to the test management tool. They pass all the test cases in one shot without even executing the step by step uh, pass fails like that. You need to execute each step in the test case according to the process, but we don't do most of the time. If that flexibility is given in the project, then you need not to run the test case and see the steps every time, because you know everything what you have written in the test cases. Okay, so that's why you will execute directly in the application everything, and then come and pass the test cases in the tool directly. But I'm explaining here process, what is supposed to be followed. Testers will follow the steps written in the test cases, perform those actions in the application. After that, tester compares the response given by the application with the expectation written in the test case. The every step of the test case, pass the step if the response is, if it is meeting the expectation, fail the step respective fail the respective step if it is not meeting the expectation. What does it mean? That specific step, what you are now, 10 steps are there. Launch the application, enter the valid URL and navigate to the specific screen, click on sign up button, fill all the details in the requirement registration sign up screen, and click on save button. Like that, different actions. For every action you will write expectation also in the test case. Okay, so all those actions are step by step, passing or not, you need to pass step by step. Once all the steps are passed, test case pass the test case. Once all the steps under the test case are passed, test case will be failed if at least one step under it is failed. Understand, when you fail the respective step, test case also will get failed automatically. It's not like, okay, 15 steps are there, 14 are working, only one step is not working. It doesn't mean like you will give excuse. No, no excuses. Test case is failed. Then when test case is failed, tester reports defect for the issue observed, whichever is not working. Okay, issues observed, whatever, tester will report the defect and get it fixed by the developer. Okay, then what the tester will do, tester retest what, fixed defects, and close if if the fix is working as expected. If fix is not working, again you will reopen, again developer will fix it, again you will retest it. If it is working, you will close them. Okay. After that, once the failed, once the defect is fixed, tester will retest, re-execute all the failed and other related test cases to make sure the functionality is working, is still working as expected after fixing the defect. What is this one? Where did I explain this one? All the related functionalities you will check again, all the test cases you will re-execute and then test whether the bug fix is not having any impact and it is working fine. Where did I explain? What is this called? I'm not. Yes, it is regression. Very good. Regression testing. I am not mentioning here you are doing integration testing, you will do smoke testing, that and all. I'm not telling. Everything, whatever type of testing you do, it is called test execution only. Okay. So, and then you will be realizing the defects. It is, if it is fixed, you will close it and then retest all the related test cases and then you will close the requirement. Once all the test cases of a requirement are passed, what you will do, tester will close the requirement to indicate to the team that as it is validated and closed. Okay, it is an indication to the team also you tested this requirement and it is closed. Clear? So what is this called? This phase is called, all these things are going to happen under what? These all activities will be performed in the test execution phase in SDLC. Okay, I took a lot of time for this explanation. I'm supposed to complete today. Okay, this will be happening in test execution. Okay, so under the testing, what and all phases we completed now? Requirement analysis, test planning, test designing, test environment setup, and test execution. Remaining phases are very easy, that is test reporting. And then, so once all the requirements are tested and completed, closed for a specific period of time, specific cycle, what tester will do? Tester will generate various reports, testing reports, and send to different stakeholders. What are those reports? Test execution summary report, defect summary report, etc. Okay, all sometimes burn down chart, burn up chart, this and all. Actually, it is Scrum Master's responsibility to take burn down, burn up, and in agile model. But I'm not talking any model specific here. it's a generic test execution summary, test defect summary reports you will be checking. Where it will happen, this will be happening in this phase in SDLC is called as test reporting. Okay, test reporting. And then what you will do, finally tester will end the testing for that specific cycle and send a detailed sign off to the from testing team to the other stakeholders. What are those other stakeholders? It can be internal our management and also to the external stakeholders or customers. Okay, what is that? Detailed sign off. What is that? It is sign off document. Okay, it's a separate document you will be preparing. Sign off document. You will be mentioning in this document what are the requirements you tested, how many test cases you created, how many times you executed, how many defects you identified, what are their current status, and which version is the final version which you are concluding. You will be mentioning everything in this document. That is sign off document. Okay, so this is the last phase in SDLC, which is called as test closure. Okay, that's it. Testing life cycle is done for that specific cycle. Every cycle you will be doing this testing thing. Okay, the same phases you will be following. And then finally, sometimes you will also give, here I will mention that one, deployment. Then once the sign off is given by testing team, deployment team will deploy the will release the Hello, can you hear me?
Recording in progress.
Sorry, I got disconnected. I'll just quickly close. Once the sign off is, all of you able to hear me now? Hello, can you hear me or not? Hello.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Once the okay, once the sign off is given by testing team, deployment team will release the latest version of the application with the new features to higher environment from QA environment to higher environment. What is that higher environment? UAT environment. Okay. For the sake of customer to test the new features and get the acceptance for the developed requirements. Okay, so if in this phase, if they while they are testing, so we will also send, we will send a detailed release notes explaining what is new in the with the specific release. You will mention these are the new features introduced, these are the bugs fixed, everything you will mention in the release notes, and then it will be deployed. After that, vendor team will provide support for specific period of time to the customers, support to the customers, to the client for specific period of time in order to resolve their issues, if at all anything reported. Otherwise, no support. Okay, normally they will ask some comments, some issues, some change requests will be our vendor team means BA will be communicated, BA will inform to testers, that and all I have explained. So all those maintenance activities will be done. Okay, any questions on this? No? Okay, then that's it for today. Please do the assignment about analysis about test plan document. Please send me the details what you captured to my mail ID. We will review them tomorrow. We'll discuss about it. Okay. Thank you very much. I will need to switch to next class. Bye bye.